You want a war? You're going to get one.
What was that? He had no time for one more play.
He had an opportunity to win that game at the end.
But the referee screwed us. The brother screwed us.
I'm upset, but
the brother screwed us.
At least they fought back and tried.
Only Cowboys game.
You literally.
The brother screwed us. The brother screwed us. He had one man opportunity for one more play.
Dallas still stinks.
Dude, I ran the whole wrong thing. My bad. I ran the wrong intro. Fuck. Should I start the other one or what?
It's up to you. I have no issue.
Shit. No, I'm sorry about that, everybody. I ran the wrong intro. I'm like, I'm scattered brain today, so I apologize. But yo, how am I doing? What King Thing by here? Welcome to the Philly Shakedown podcast. Joey, what's going on, my man?
I'm just chilling, man. Just another day. Get into the weekend now, and
oh my god,
big game on Sunday.
Yeah, I apologize for that. I don't know what the hell I was even thinking, dude. I just clicked on the intro and went. I was like, oh yeah, we're gonna be on time. And then boom, wrong one. So I apologize for that. What's going on, everybody? How you guys doing? Bleeding Kelly Green, what's going on? OG Kush, what's up? Clark, Youngin, Daz, Vivian Clark, what's going on? Vivian Clark, Major Payne, what's up? Twits, what's going on? Lucius the Show, Brittany, Zalexia, Jose, thank you guys for being here. Daz, Pat Ryan, Danny, thank you guys for being here. SC Bird Fan, Witch King, Texas, thank you guys for being here. Are you ready, Joey, for the game?
Yeah, dude. I'm ready to shut everybody up. I'm ready to shut everybody up on Sunday. That's what I'm ready to do from all the talk this week. I'm ready to kind of prove ourselves yet again another week. That's how it feels.
Yeah. I hear you. I'm ready too, man. But we should start really. I guess the best place to start is with the injury report right now going into this game. You got Goddard, illness, limited practice. I don't know. Like, do you know what's wrong with him?
Just sick. I mean, maybe just sick. Yeah.
Saquon, rest, full practice. AJ Brown, knee, rest, full practice. Cam Jurgens, Mulata, Pickett, Sweat. Byron Young, he'll be out. But everybody's full practice, man. Everybody's ready to go. This team is healthy, Joey. For the most part, I think you're about as healthy as you could get going into the playoffs, man. Or being in the playoffs, second round of playoffs.
Yeah, no, you're obviously taking off that last week was probably the smart thing to do, and the coach knows their own, the injuries to all the players, and the players know themselves, and if they need more time or whatever. But they're as healthy as they can be. I think they had I think a lot of guys had 2 rest days this week. A lot of guys rested up this week, so
Yeah, they did. Let's see. 500 did Mark Duck you, but was up there talking crazy still today. I didn't listen. I have no idea what was going on with Mark, if he was on there or not. Nina, what's happening? 500 Joey. A happy Friday. Can't wait till Sunday. Yeah, I can't wait either.
I'm ready to go. Excited. I'm ready to go.
Joey's ready. I'm ready for this. I got to do this real quick. Hold on. All right. Because it just don't feel right. All right. Just got to tell you, it don't feel right till now.
All right.
Sonny. Joey. 500. Got some goats in the building. Get ready for a shakedown.
Prepare for a shakedown. We from Philly where they clap like huddles when they break down. Get ready for a shakedown, we underdogs, my guy, kinda used to all the hate now. Prepare for it, man, y'all get it. My QB got swag, my wideout is award winning. This fly goes fly, Joey and 500, like and subscribe, yeah. Here's a quote you can sing back. Shake squad up, and don't be a dingbat, it's a shakedown.
Don't you fret.
It's
Here
the
comes the
Shakedown.
Shakedown.
Let's go.
Yo, by the way, kick back here. No, it just didn't feel right. I felt off. Now I feel better. We back. Splendid is 500. We're the healthiest team in the playoffs. We're missing one starter. Meanwhile, the Lions are missing half our defense. Yeah, well, we'll see if we get to the Lions. We get to that game.
Yeah.
Thank God you did that 500. I'm extremely superstitious. I am too. Believe me, I am too. Justin Davis Super Chat. Do you believe the Birds will be Super Bowl in your heart? We'll win it? I do. I do. In my heart of hearts, I think we're getting there.
Yeah.
I think we're getting there. I think we're going to the dance. But when we win it, we'll see that. Let's see who we play. But I feel like we're going. I do. And it's amazing. I don't know if you've listened to the national media this week, especially the last day or two. Like, everybody's picking the Rams. Everybody's picking
Yeah,
the
I know. It's
You
crazy.
would think the Eagles are going to L.A.
I know. I don't know.
It's
I don't
it's
get it,
crazy.
man. I don't get why they don't give us a chance, but
And the Rams are this, the Rams are that, the Rams are this, the Rams are going to get destroyed. That's what's going to happen. Ish, thank you for the super chat. He goes, dang, what's a brother got to do to get wrenched? By the way, Sean Smith, when refereeing, the Eagles are 2-1, not 0-3.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
that's the guy that kicked Chauncey. That's the guy that kicked Chauncey
C.J.
out.
Gardner-Johnson. Yeah, he kicked C.J. Gardner-Johnson out.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't heard the late. Have you heard what they're calling for in terms of snow-wise? How much?
I heard 70%. It's 70%, and I don't know how crazy it's going to be. But, it changes by day. That was yesterday. It said 70%, so it could change. I don't know what it is today because sometimes the weather changes drastically. But
yeah, it could change.
The Eagles have been practicing at the link with the flurries, so they're already getting ready.
Right. I saw that. Yeah, the Eagles practicing at the link, the flurries, and then they showed the Rams at practice. They're all in short sleeves, and it's bright and sunny, and they're perfectly in nice weather. I think, I kind of got into it. A couple people on Twitter, like, people very dismissive of the weather. I don't think they understand how much of an impact the weather plays. They bring out, you talked about the weather. People talked about the weather, and then look what happened versus Tampa Bay in the championship game. Yeah, that was like 1 out of like 30-something times. It's a huge advantage for the Eagles, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Grain Naboli, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that. Dowd says, I'll run the damn ball and snow plow the Rams just like week 12. Well, I think the weather, it hurts the passing game more than anything. So the one advantage I think the Eagles have going into this game before the weather is the run game. I think the offensive line is bigger than that defensive line, and they wear you out. And I think the Rams, they're going to have to go all out to basically defend Saquon Barkley. And now, with the weather being what it is, Jalen Hurts' feet and his impact in the run game is going to also play a huge, huge part, as where you get cold weather, you get snow. Stafford's a sitting duck. Hurts can move the ball and run. And I think that's a big advantage.
Yeah, and I think obviously, with Jake Elliott, with some of the kicks, and how strong the winds are going to be, or how visible it is to see in far distances when it's the passing game or when you're kicking the ball or whatever, is going to be a big difference. The Rams defense, they give up like 128 a game. They average that, and they could give up more than that in this game. We've never seen Saquon in the snow, but he better wear some good cleats because we're probably going to need him a lot.
Talk to Shady about that. Ian says Philly Hurts is not used to snow games due to his time being in South before being drafted in Philly. I hope he does bad that McKee comes. What the hell are you talking about? Listen, Hurts has been in Philly for what? What were we on? 5 years now? Yeah. It's cold weather. He practices in cold weather every day. He's acclimated to it. It's not that people can't play in cold weather. It's the acclimation to it. You know, so you're in warm weather, you're in dome, and then all of a sudden you're out there, and that wind hits you, that cold hits you. It's a different feeling when you practice in it every day, and like the Eagles are doing now. It's a big advantage.
Yeah, 100%.
Kazzy, thank you for super chat. He goes, they put the refs on us for a reason. Don't matter. I don't trust those refs. To me, that's my biggest fear of the game is the referees. Biggest fear of the game.
Yeah, they got to get a lead. They have to get a lead early. They can't try to play catch up later on and fight the refs at the same time. So they need that early lead.
Yeah. Yeah. And then we got Jared Verse. Here's what he says today. What a dumb thing to say. A dumb timing. It's going to bite him in the ass. I'm telling you. I hate Eagle fans. We don't care. They are so annoying. Hell yeah. I hate Eagle fans. When I see that green and white, I hate it. I actually get upset. Like I actually genuinely got hot. And he went on to say that they basically, were giving him a hard time last game, and he didn't like that so much. And to me, it's like, if you thought that was bad, the worst thing you could do is to talk about that. Like, because now it's going to be 100 times worse with 40, 50, 60,000 people instead of what they had at that game. I think he made a big mistake tonight.
Well, even that, it's like he hasn't been in the league for a long time. It's like he's been like facing the Eagles for like 12 years down the road, and he's that's just bulletin board material, man, that he shouldn't be giving out before a playoff game. So we'll see.
Yep. Brian says, I really believe Hurts haters are going to eat their stupidity. He's a winner. That rookie is done. Agreed. I agree with you, man. I agree. And like I said, I think when you look at the Eagles offense, what I like about them in this game is that offensive line versus that defensive line. Now, they get to the quarterback. They got a good pass rush, but that offensive line wore them down last time they played. Barkley had 255 yards. And then you look at the weather. Now, if you're talking about snow and it affecting the passing game, Jalen Hurts' legs are going to be the X factor, in my opinion. And I haven't heard any of these people talk about it all week. All they talk about is Stafford's a Super Bowl winning quarterback. They're on a winning streak. The Rams are the hottest team in the league, and they're going to beat us. They really think they're going to beat us. I think this is I'm going to tell you guys right now. I think this is like a 34-13 game, 34-17, somewhere in that area. Like, I think this is a double-digit blowout.
And I don't know why they're thinking this, is because obviously the Vikings laid down for them. I think they made them look a lot better than what they are. And sure, yeah, the Eagles beat them like the first time when they were actually healthy for the first time of the season, when they were starting to get hot. We beat them when they were starting to get hot, and we're going to beat them again. It's just, I think we're going to be fine, man. I think they take that last playoff game, 9 sacks, and what is Hurts? Like all the questions Hurts was asked at the press conference, and Hurts wanted nothing to do with it. It's just all about winning. It's just unfortunately the league wants him to win a certain way, and Hurts doesn't win how they want him to look like how to win in these games. And I think they're not saying that they're gonna blow them out, but I think they're gonna do a pretty good job. So yeah, we'll see.
Maurice Steele, thank you for super chat. Goes, you'll Philly Joe. I can't wait for Trotter Jr. to make a big play, drop the axe. The crowd is going to go crazy. You excited to see my man this week?
Yeah, no, I mean, throw him to the fire, like, it's the only way to see if he's going to sink or swim, man. Like, Fangio feels good about him, really good. So, I mean, like I want him to start over Burks anyway. We talked about, Dean, unfortunately, it really sucks. It's horrible. It's a big loss for the defense, but if Trotter can come in here and it might take a game. Maybe it won't. Maybe his instincts will just take over. Good things could happen, man. His roots are in Philly, so we'll see.
Yeah, we will see. Jack Straw says 500. That blood stuff. Yeah, it's been about 3 days. I haven't coughed up any blood. Still very congested, but it's not doing that. Thank you for asking. Jazan Joey, thank you for super chat. He goes, use the run to set up the pass. Hey, JoJo.
Yo.
I think you're JoJo. Have faith, Joey, says Easy's his name. We're going to smoke them. I think we are.
I'm fine. I feel good.
No, they're saying it because over the last 4 games, the Rams have only given up an average of 10 points a game. I mean, that's pretty good. Who they played, though? See, Minnesota, to me, was a fraud all along.
they were a fraud.
And as soon as Sam Darnold got exposed, you knew. I mean, everybody, you could feel it. When they lost that Detroit game, it was over. They're saying that guy might have lost basically millions and millions of dollars because now the Vikings aren't sure that they want to give him a contract extension. So, I just think he got exposed, and I'd have to see who they played the final games of the season, but this is a different monster. I think that the Eagles offensively and defensively, both their lines, I believe will beat up the Rams line, and that's where I think the Eagles will win.
Yeah.
Witch King says it will be hilarious if we win the game with Jalen throwing under 100. Well, listen, if it's snowing, if it's windy, I mean, all that takes a part in it, No, what are you trying to do here? Come here. Johnny, thank you for the super chat. He goes, 500, love the show, huge Birds fan. Currently with Kendra. I keep telling her the Lions losing tomorrow. Keep up the great work. Talk to you guys later. All right, Johnny Sins. I have no idea who that is, but great. Tell Kendra the Eagles are winning. I don't know who that is. Abe Davis Zubacek goes, Rams offensive coordinator is Matt LaFleur. Little bro, they not ready. No, they're not ready. They're not ready. I think this is going to be a beating, dude. I honestly do. To me, the question is Saturday night. Who's winning that game? Can Washington pull that game off? All I ask is that Washington be in the game. Just be like within striking distance to steal that game in the fourth quarter. If that's the case, I'll be happy. I think they're like 10-point underdogs, dude. So Vegas thinks they're going to get beat bad.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's going to snow. Barkley's getting 30 carries. Hurts is getting 15. Gainwell getting 10. We're rushing for 320 yards. And then they'll complain. Well, Jalen didn't throw enough.
Yeah, I know.
He didn't have enough yards. Come on. It's so ridiculous.
I know.
It just gets so ridiculous with this. Like, I don't know. I honestly look at Jalen and I go, if he needs to throw, he can throw. I believe it. But he doesn't need to throw when Barkley is getting 2,000 yards.
I mean, realistically, really since the playoff start, like these teams have been pretty run heavy. I think every team's almost been run heavy at this point.
Yeah. Webfoot says, we are built for this weather game. See, I think you're right. See, I think we're built for this weather game, and I think we're built for playoffs. Because if you look at other, if you look at the regular season, everybody's talking about the passing numbers. Oh, this guy throws for 304 touchdowns. Why doesn't Jalen Hurts do that? All that kind of stuff. But then you look at the first round of playoffs. How many quarterbacks in those playoff games threw for over 300 yards? I don't think anybody did. Not one quarterback. Those numbers kind of tend to come down. So what the Eagles kind of do all year, they do in the playoffs. And it doesn't really change. I think this is a team built for this time of year.
I agree.
Dorderville says, the thing I'm worried about is the refs throwing flags for holds when we run the ball, and then it puts us at 2nd and 15 and more. Then we'll probably pass in those situations. Yeah, that's what I worry about too. My biggest fear is the referee going into this game. We had problems with him before. Apparently, we've had problems with him a couple times. I mean, he threw C.J. Gardner-Johnson out for the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. Like, I've never seen a guy get thrown out after somebody throws a punch at your face. So, that is my biggest concern too.
Yeah,
and I don't say it bragging. I'm not bragging. I'm not trying to brag. I just honestly think that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Mad Titan says Johnny Sins is a porn star. Kendra, okay, okay. I guess. I have no friggin' idea though. Vince says, Verse poke the bear, and thank you for that super chat, Mad Titan. Verse poke the bear. He'll look like the snow cone when the fans are done pelting. Oh my God. Do you think the snowballs are going to rip? Oh man. Oh, it's going to get
Potentially.
ugly. Going to get
Potentially.
ugly. Here come the snowballs, baby. Here they come. Splenda says 500. Stafford is 1-8 in bad weather games. He's a dome quarterback. Yeah, I mean, think about it. He played all those years in a dome, and then he goes and he plays in Southern California, where he doesn't have to worry about weather. So, yeah, it makes sense that he would be 1-8. You know, I mean, I watched them practicing. I was looking at their video. It's sunny and they're in short sleeves there. It's a different animal.
Right.
Charlie says, I'm not worried about the refs. We just got to be disciplined and focused. Rams are emotional. They're going to do things to get us out of the game, or they're going to have to try. See, I think if the weather's bad and they can't throw, I feel like the weather could really negate Cooper Kupp. Pakua, I think he still could have a decent game. But it's going to affect their passing game, and that's going to benefit the Eagles. Carlos, thank you for the super chat. He goes, our O-line is 1,674 pounds. The Rams' heaviest defensive lineman is 280. Our lightest lineman is 310. The Rams will get worn down, especially in this cold weather. That's exactly how I think it's going to go.
They're undersized,
You know, and if you're running the ball effectively, not just with Barkley, but I think with Hurts also, that defensive line is made to get pressure on the quarterback to get sacks. If the Eagles don't have to pass the ball 20 times, except for maybe, let's say, 20 times in the whole game, Rams are done.
I believe it.
You know?
Oh.
Score prediction, Rams 20, the Eagles 34. I got about 34-13 Eagles.
Yeah, 34-17.
Yeah. I think it would not surprise me if the Rams score under 10 points this game. That's how bad. I think this is a beatdown. I do. I think this is going to be an easier win than it was a week ago. I think I really believe by second half, third quarter, we already know the game's over. Lock your bets, especially snow, right? Yeah, this game is for our O-line to dominate and steamroll. Agreed. We're going to make a Puka puke on the field. I mean, listen, I think he's the guy that worries me the most out of anybody on that team. You know, their running back Williams isn't bad either, but they're going to have to run the ball too. I mean, to me, their only chance is they've got to run the ball, keep the Eagles offense off the field. Because if they're not effective in the run and the weather's bad and they can't throw, they're in trouble.
Yeah, I believe it.
Joe Vegas, they feel love the show. Commanders will beat the Lions 31. What's up, Joe Vegas? Good to see you. Thank you for that. Next comment. Commanders beat the Lions. Wow, that would be great. I mean, jeez, if the Commanders beat the Lions and then the Eagles get the home field for that championship game, and it's Washington versus the Eagles after everything. Oh man, you can't make that up, dude. That'd be high drama.
Yeah, I want to see Detroit's defense. I want to see what they look like against them.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Daz, thank you for the super chat, my man. He goes, appreciate 500. I feel like this could be the 2017 Vikings game. 38-7, go Birds. Yeah, I'm feeling good too, man. I'm feeling really good too. You know, I worry about the refs, and then I think with the snow, of course, the one thing you have to always worry about the snow and that is the turnovers. You know, you can't be fumbling the ball to give them 3+ turnovers, things like that. If you do that, then you give them a chance to win.
Right.
500 fun fact: Eagles have never lost in the divisional round at home.
They haven't. No, really? Maybe not.
Well, I'm trying to think. Buddy Ryan, under Ryan, they lost to the Rams, to the Washington, to somebody else. Who else did they lose to? The Bears. But those were all. I think. Yeah, the Bears game was on the road, and those were wild card weekends. So you might be right about that. That's interesting. I think the Lions defense will have some problems dealing with Daniels. But the Commanders defense will have the issues with the Lions offense. I think Lions 34-27. Yeah, I mean, the Lions offensively are good. They can score a lot of points. They're quick. But if Daniels can keep them off the field and and keep drives going with his legs, if they can just be in striking distance in that fourth quarter, to me, that's a big thing.
Yeah.
Joey looks like Walker, Texas Ranger, but in Philly.
I'm good.
Versus a hell of a player. Of course, they're going to hate us. We want the same thing from our players. Can't hate on them. I mean, I hate him. I hate him because he hates us, so we hate him back. But I respect the hate. But we gotta let him have it. We gotta let him have it. 500. I'm worried about the fumbles. That's the problem in snow games. Yeah, I mean that's always the issue. But that also goes both ways. It goes both ways. In some ways, I hope that it's an advantage, being that the Eagles are out in that weather all week, all year. So hopefully, it's a little easier for them. That it might affect the Rams early in the game more than the Eagles, to be honest with you.
What was the last turnover the Eagles had? Hurts fumble?
Last turnover?
Yeah, what was the last turnover for the Eagles?
I don't know. It has to be probably with Pickens, I would assume. Right?
Or maybe it was Cooper DeJean punt return. I don't know. I don't know when the last turnover. I don't know when the last turnover was.
I don't either. I mean, before Hurts, I think it was a Pickett interception. But I mean, before Hurts got hurt, he was starting to play really good football.
Yeah.
So, we'll see. Interception is in the Rams game. Interception in the Rams game. Oh, Hurts' interception in the Rams game. Michael says, "Up, fellas." So it's going to be a snow game for sure. I kind of hope so because I think it's a huge advantage for the Eagles. I do. I do. Let's see here. You're talking easy. 2 of his 4 picks came in the first game. Yeah, against Green Bay. I can't remember. Have CJ Sean Mahomes ever faced off? I think they have. Yeah, I believe they have. But I think Hurts. I mean, I think the Chiefs are going to kill him, dude. I am. I do. Let's see here. Joey, remember I told you Goddard was going to show us something before the Packers game, and he had that insane touchdown.
Yeah, no, he showed up really good. He had 2 really good. He had 1 for a touchdown, another good catch for a first down. I thought he played well. Whatever was given to him, I thought he did a really good job. So hope we could do it again this week, maybe.
Yeah. Let's see. Jalen had 2 picks versus Green Bay, 1 versus Saints versus Atlanta, I believe. Yeah, it wasn't many. For my prediction is 23 Rams, Eagles 20. Wow. Okay. That would be very disappointing. Yeah, advantage Eagles in the snow, really, unless we see Joe Jaravicious 2.0. Oh God. that was horrible. What's the one thing you're most nervous about? For me, Kellen Moore, distraction, enough preparation. I'm not worried about what are your whole thoughts on the Kellen Moore situation?
I think at the end of the day, like really since 2020, he always has these interviews. When it comes to playoffs and things like that, I mean, like I think people are overblowing it too much. They usually have these interviews, and then that's really it. They do this on their off time. He's not missing Eagles meetings. He's not missing time with the team or anything like that. But you have some PTSD, bro, because you don't want to, go into a game where he's more focused on getting another job than, not focusing on this game and having the best game plan from obviously what this offense looked like last week. So I understand why people are making a deal about it, but
yeah.
What do you think about it?
I think it's a little bit overblown, but I don't like it because if something happens, that's where we all can't help but think about that. As far as Kellen Moore, like leaving, I do think he's going to Dallas. I think this is going to happen. I mean, it just seems like it's the perfect situation for the Cowboys. So it'll be really interesting watching these Cowboy delusions, all kick in because they did nothing but trash Kellen Moore, did nothing but trash him for the last 2 years. Now, if he goes and he's their head coach, it'll be funny watching them all have to walk that back. I prefer him to stay because I don't want to change coordinators yet again. But I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to be super, super disappointed if he goes. I think he's an okay coordinator. I think he's all right. I think, but I don't know. He's not the greatest.
Oh, I'm saying, yeah, I don't think he's like the greatest, but I think he's. I mean, look, we see where we're at right now. The problem is, it's like, dude, like, it's like this team could be successful every year, and you could see like any coordinator comes in here, not any coordinator, but at least like for most years we've been pretty successful, and you grab another coordinator next year, then you get into the same spot next year we are right now. And you're good again for another year, and then obviously these bad teams are going to pick apart your coaching staff, and this has to stop. I mean, at least the coordinator has to be here for like 2 years. I mean, I would say 2 years the least if that's the case, but this is ridiculous, man. It's crazy.
Yeah. D Hart wins. Davis Super Chat goes, I hear you guys. I believe the Eagles win easily. I do too. I believe that they always have, and thank you for that Super Chat, D Hart. Justin Davis Super Chat goes, 500 is the best out of it. Thank you, Justin. You're so nice. Very kind to you. I think like for me, I just think that they could use a coordinator, and if Kellen Moore goes, they need a young guy, maybe somebody who needs a chance at offensive coordinator, somebody with some creativity. I think one of the things the Eagles offense lacks is creativity. It would be nice to see that. Somebody who gets a job but really needs to put about 2 or 3 years in so they go nowhere,
And I think part of it too, it's like we've seen Kellen Moore be creative, but I wonder if he has a lid on him from Nick. I wonder if I still wonder if Nick still has ties from he's putting 2 schemes together or things like that. I don't know. For me, sometimes these plays look generic. They're winning us football games, but I don't know if this offense has hit its highest ceiling as it ever has. And that's where I'm kind of at. So I kind of agree.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see. I think if he goes anywhere, he's going to Dallas. It makes sense. Jerry gets his guy back who's another yes man, knows how the whole thing works there. I could see him going back to Dallas. But, it just seems like every time we have a successful year, they try to steal our coordinators. It's just so annoying. And I think it's on purpose, dude. I think the league tries to bring us down by attacking our coaches.
Mm-hmm.
Jonas says, I think Jared Verse needs his bottle of milk and his pacifier. Geez, what a crybaby. He needs to be pampered. Yeah, he's gonna go through it this week. There's no question about it. He's going to go through it this week. Splenda says 500 people say that the Rams defense has been good the last few weeks. But when you look at their schedule, they have faced the Vikings, Jets, Cardinals, Niners, Seahawks. Game doesn't count. They rested. Seahawks game didn't count. Yeah, I mean, 49ers offense was struggling. Jets offense, Vikings were exposed. And the Cardinals, I don't know what to make of them. Yeah, I think the Rams are vastly getting overrated right now. Yeah. I wonder how much the whole fires in California, I wonder how much that's playing into people trying to make them the sentimental pick.
Do it for LA,
the Cinderella story. But that's all coming to an end. They want to help out LA. They could start, bringing some water up the mountains or whatever the hell they got to do, because they ain't playing football for that team anymore. After this week, it's over. Game over.
Yeah.
Webfoot, thank you for super chat. They hate us because they ain't us. Championship incoming. Let's do it. What up, 49ers? What's going on? Odell Boy, thank you for super chat. Goes, everyone keeps asking me if the Birds can stop these teams. I asked him if these teams can stop the Birds. 30-10, go Eagles. I'm with you, man. I'm with you. I totally agree.
I agree.
500. Why does it seem like every time we get a new opponent, they all sort of become world beaters? Yeah, they're the best ever. It was Green Bay was going to beat us. Like last week, it was literally the upset week, the upset alert. Green Bay over the Eagles. This week, upset alert. Rams over the Eagles. It's always like that, dude. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
You know. Let's see. Cry, Eagle fan. Look at you. Somebody's talking about crying. Ken James, man, you look like you've been crying all week. Poor guy. Your Packers got embarrassed. They were humiliated. The Packers come right out. All-pro kickoff returner. Boom. Fumble. Game over. Right away. That's it. That was it. We took your heart right there on that first kickoff. They took Green Bay's heart, and they're going to do similar to the Rams.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be a blowout. I do. The Eagles are better than the Rams, but that doesn't always equal. No, it doesn't always equal winning. It doesn't. You're absolutely right. You got to go play the game. Jordan Love working on his golf swing right now. That's what I heard. Yeah. Let's see here. Let's pray for the Packer fans a moment of silence. Yeah. Poor Packer fans. They just that was just like one opening kickoff. Boom. Game over. D Hart says they absolutely 100 hate us. I work for Ford Motor and they give grief whenever I wear my Eagles gear. I believe it. It's crazy. They all hate us, and it's perfect. I'm perfectly fine with it. Let it. I mean, I saw there were Niner fans online hoping the Rams win. That's like me and you hoping Dallas beats a playoff team if they were ever to be in the playoffs. But
whether it's Washington or Detroit, it'll be the same thing next week.
Well,
whether they're home or away, it doesn't matter.
I'm rooting for Washington, right? Because it directly affects the Eagles. Like, there's logic behind it.
Mm-hmm.
The Eagles, if they win and Washington wins, get the home field advantage. They get the playoff game to the championship game at home. That's an advantage for the Eagles. The 49er fan rooting for the Rams fan over the Eagle fans, like, to me, that's criminal. I think that's criminal. And that's why all those other divisions suck. That's why they all suck, because you need to hate. Like, if a Cowboy fan sitting at home should hate the fact that the Eagles are winning, they should be rooting for the Rams nonstop. I can respect that. I respect Mark Holmes rooting for the Rams. I don't prescribe to this whole thing where it's, well, you're in the same division, you root for your division. Hell, you do. I hate them teams. I ain't rooting for any of them.
No, of course not. No, who the fuck does that? No.
No. Arrows, thank you, Super Chat. How much snow is expected? I don't know did you know what they're calling for?
I heard like 2 to 4, maybe even more than that. It could be more. So that's what I heard.
Yeah. Dave says 500 were hated, ignored, but never were hated or adored, but never ignored. That is true. Hey, Warrior Rage, Dave for Super Chat goes, it's be honest, no one hates bad teams. That's true. Yeah, they don't even think about it. 3 to 5 inches. Interesting. Yeah, I think that's such a huge. Well, now I got 3 to 6, 3 to 5, 1 to 3. All right, so 1 to 5 inches probably.
There you go.
Somewhere around there. Something like that, right? 500. The Rams are not built for cold weather. Look at what happens to the Dolphins last year in Kansas City. Didn't want to be there. I agree with you. I agree. See, if I was the Rams, I would have been in Philly all week. I'd have gone early. Like, when you get your rest, I would have gone early because you need to be out in that weather to acclimate it. If they fly in, when the Rams going to fly in? Probably either tonight or tomorrow. Do a walkthrough. Yeah. That's it. It's not good enough, man.
Right.
You need time to adjust. 500. If Jerry Jones chooses to hire you as a head coach, can you say yes or no? I would say no. He would have to pay me a lot of money. And then all of a sudden during the Eagles games, I don't know, I might be throwing a couple plays here or there. You know, why are the Cowboys going for it on 4th and 13 from their 10-yard line? What is going on? Why are they running a quarterback draw when the quarterback can't run? Yeah, I'd be a spy for the Eagles, not gonna lie. Let's see here. My biggest worry is the crew work in the game for some reason hates the calling. I agree with you. Like, to me, that's my biggest worry too. My two biggest fears are the refs and turnovers, because turnovers in the snow and that kind of way, like, those happen, man. And sometimes you don't know how that's going to go or which way it goes, but it happens.
No, get that lead early.
I wrote David a super chat, my man. He goes, if we lost Kellen Moore, who would you want? I don't know. I saw some people talking about Frank Reich. And I'm like, I don't want Frank Reich. I think I want a young, and I don't know who. I don't have a specific name right now. But I want a young guy who off another team that, you know, maybe he's a quarterback coach, or, you know, he's really close to getting that shot. He's supposed to be very creative, and probably would be there for 2 or 3 years, for at least 3 years. Somebody like that. I think the Eagles need creativity in their offense.
That's the issue, because if they get the guy that's hot off the market, then they won't last more than a year. So they might have to get somebody younger, but you have to make sure that they get a guy that's young, but that's going to be somewhat, you know, experienced, and somebody that's not going to lose their, you know, someone that's not going to have to lose their job, or maybe is not going to share play calling with Nick if things go sour. I mean, that's really, when it comes to younger guys like that, they're close to getting their shot. That's the only thing that makes me nervous. So
yeah. So we got about 900 people in the chat. Thank you guys so much for being here. Hit that like, make sure you subscribe. If you're on my chat, click the link and go sub up my man Joey. Dirty Deep Dave for super chat, my man. He goes, Kellen Moore hasn't succeeded in helping Hurts become a better passer. In fact, he's gotten worse. I won't miss him. I would like 2 years with the same offensive coordinator, though. I think I don't know. To me, all the passing stuff, I think, is the most overblown stuff with Hurts, because I don't know that he's become a worse passer. The statistics may have come down some, but you got to look at where the statistics jumped. And that was in the running game. You had a 2,000-yard rusher, you know. So I just don't think they've needed to pass the ball. I think, to me, that's more of it. But I do agree that, you know, like, I'm not gonna cry any tears if Kellen Moore goes. I think he's okay. I think he's all right, but I think you could do better. And I think you need somebody that's more creative on offense. And I think that would be nice. Let's see here. Kind of high. David Super Chat goes, they want a quarterback team swap in the NFC Championship. Yeah, they probably do. It's going to be interesting, that Detroit game, because I'm not so sure what I think. You know, like, part of me thinks Detroit's going to blow Washington out. It really does. But I feel like if Washington can be, let's say, 7 points, 10 points within the margin, you know, like in the game, like they're down no more than 10 points going in the fourth quarter, they got a chance. Yeah. Jacqueline Kemp, thank you for super chat. Let them keep counting us out. We thrive on it. I know. I was thinking about it today. Like, if you think about the Eagles back in, like, under Buddy and all those guys, nobody ever gave them a chance. And then, but if you look at the Andy years, like when we always went to the NFC Championship games, like we go to the Super Bowl to play Patriots in 2004. The whole thing that week was the Falcons are going to beat the Eagles. The Falcons with Vic, they're hot. they're the team that the Eagles don't want to play, and we crush them. 2017, right? It was the same narrative, and all year, everybody we played. 2022, pretty much the same thing. Every year, we're always the team that is going to get beat or upset in the playoffs, and it never happens.
Yeah, I believe it.
Antoine Davis Super Chat goes, this is a blowout, hands down. Rams bread and butter with Puka motioning on every down. Ain't going to work in Philly weather. Birds versus Commanders NFC Championship game. Man, I can only pray that we get Commanders-Eagles championship game. I would love that. The Commander fans will be so annoying, though. I'm going to tell you right now. But I don't know, man. That Detroit, I think personally, I kind of feel like Detroit versus the Eagles has been building all year. And I think the winner of that wins the Super Bowl. That's kind of what I feel.
Yeah, I think people want to see that matchup for a while.
Yeah.
No doubt.
And I think whoever wins that is going to win. I also think, like, as far as the other games, like, I think Chiefs win. I think Detroit probably wins. I kind of feel like Baltimore's going to win. Like, I'm getting a feeling like Baltimore
looks really good. They really do look good, man.
I think they're built with that run game, man. Like the Eagles to go far in the playoffs.
The last time, because the Bills and Ravens did face off early in the season, but I know the Bills had like 7-8 players. They had like a lot of people out that game too, and they lost. But
it's going to be interesting.
Good matchup,
it's an interesting game.
Mm-hmm.
Carlos David Super Chick goes, Rams play faster on turf. We're on soggy grass. Exactly. Harold David Super Chat. If Washington wins, would they play in Philly? Yeah. So if Washington wins and the Eagles win, they play in Philly. So the Eagles would get the NFC Championship game at home. And that's a huge advantage. But it's a dangerous game.
Yeah,
I actually think that Washington game is more dangerous than the Rams or the Packers because they're an NFC opponent. They feel like they can beat you mentally because they did. And they have all the momentum. I mean, you got to give it to them. They just beat the Detroit Lions. They're going to feel like they can come into Philly and win. You've got to lay the smack down early on them. And you can't let them back in. Morgan Holmes, remember 24 months ago, you have Arthur Juan Brown use the slant. 34-17. Yeah, right? I mean, the slant is there all the time.
Middle of the field. I don't know why not.
It's so true. Yeah, you imagine you run the slant with AJ Brown on that kind of field. He might break something.
They'll run it with Pickett 5-6 times straight. I don't know why with this quarterback they barely even do it. It makes no sense.
Yeah, and I think that was actually the last interception. They did it like 5 straight times in a row.
Right.
And it's like, no, you don't do it. I have to do it every time in a row.
Right.
Dirty D. David Superchat goes, David Girardi, quarterback coach, or for offensive coordinator, T. Martin Ravens quarterback coach for offensive coordinator, may be good pay. Yeah, might be. I mean, we'll have to see who becomes available. Who's out there,
like the positional coaches too. That's going to be a whole nother thing. It might not seem important, but I think 3 guys I wouldn't want going are obviously Bobby King at linebacker coach, Clint Hurt at defensive line, and I think Christian Parker at corner. I think those are like the 3 that we really can't lose this year because I think the production's just been. I mean, Fangio is obviously the mastermind of everything defensively, but when it comes to production of these guys and practice, getting these guys prepared and ready, they've done a really good job. All 3 of those.
Well,
guys.
Look at the play you got at linebacker. I mean, the linebacker coach has got to stay.
Yeah,
but it always seems like our team gets plucked more than any other team, dude. It always is us. Evan David Super Chat goes, Goddard needs to stiff arm Jared Verse 8 times in a game. Go Birds. Go Birds, right. I agree. It is Buffalo's year. Ravens aren't going anywhere. I see Philly Buffalo Super Bowl. Hey, you might be right. I'm not saying I'm super confident about that.
That can go either way.
That's a good game. It could go either way. But Derrick Henry running the ball the way
I really good running backs.
Yeah. D. Hart Williams, David Super Chat goes, Eagles versus Ravens, Super Bowl 59. Could be. Nick Daver Super Chat goes, need a Barkley snow game, 200 yards. Could you imagine he puts up another 200 yards against the Rams? I mean, he put up 255 in California. That's crazy. Jacqueline Kemp, thank you for Super Chat. It actually makes me nervous when the mainstream picks us to win. We play better with a chip on our shoulder. It seems to motivate Jalen especially. I agree. And this week, we don't have to worry about that. They are not picking us. It's been brutal. You know?
Crazy.
500, how much snow do you see in California? Because I don't. I bet the Rams can't practice snow at all. None. If you want to see snow, you have to go to the mountains. So I live about an hour and a half from Tahoe. I live about an hour and a half from Tahoe, hour and a half from San Francisco. You have to go up to Tahoe to see snow. I don't know where they see snow in California, but you got to go up the mountains. Those guys aren't seeing these.
Is that like a vacation?
They're not even seeing cold.
Is that a vacation spot up there? Or is that like just
Tahoe?
a random? Yeah, is that just a random?
Yeah, a lot of people go up there. Tahoe's like on the Nevada border, so you got all the casinos up there and stuff. So you got, you can go gamble and stuff like that. But I mean, it's really nice. It's nice up there. One of these days, I want to do like one of those like be like a giant cabin in the woods and go up there for like Christmas. I think that would be.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah.
But yeah, but the problem is when it snows up there, it's like the road. They close the road because of the mountains. It's so steep. So like you can't get up there. But those guys aren't practicing. They're practicing in like probably 60-degree weather. I'm assuming somewhere around there. So it's quite dramatic. My kids never had a snow day in their life. Dude, they don't know what it's like to wake up and put the news on, waiting for them to announce their county school is closed for the day.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Don't matter who we beat, the goalpost continues to move. We will win it all, ready to serve up next week we're playing the best team, the hottest team all year long. We're either going to play the best team all year long or we're playing the hottest team in Washington. So we'll be the underdogs again next week too. Arrows, thank you for super chat. He goes, I hope the NFL makes it illegal to talk to coaches that are still in the playoffs. I wish, but they won't.
Yeah,
they won't
I wish
do
that
it.
was a changed rule. That definitely should be.
I just think it's whether it is a real distraction or not. If you lose it, it's perceived that way. The Gannon thing was different because he was lying to the Eagles, and he was going to take a job. He knew he was going to take a job. He knew he was going there. I mean, that whole thing was just a disaster.
Yeah.
Dirty D, David Superche goes, going to be 0 degrees at Buffalo. Who the hell would want to tackle Derrick Henry in that weather? That's my thinking too. To me, it's like, all right, yeah, Buffalo can play in cold weather, so can Baltimore. But Buffalo, like the Eagles, Baltimore, like the Eagles, I think they're built for this, dude. They're built with that run game. They wear you out in that weather.
True.
No, I'm not talking to you. My cat thinks I'm having. She sees me sitting here talking. She thinks I'm talking to her. No.
Well, she pick her up.
Yeah. So she's too far away. So what is your prediction for this game?
I think it'll be 34-17. Like, I think they will get separate in the second half. But they have to have a really strong start, though. We need to see, obviously, the beginning of the game. We need to see before the game starts how bad the weather conditions are. Can the quarterback see visibly, for even the passing game to work? Like how heavy the snow is on the ground. So there's going to be a lot of factors going to this game. It changes both. They must have some type of, I don't know if you have a backup game plan going into a game like this, knowing how the weather is going to be. So there's going to have to be something else. But
yeah,
Saquon Barkley, I think it's going to go off in this friggin' game. I think it's going to go off in this game. Yeah.
Evan says, Philly, will they extend Bourne, you think? I do. I think Bourne gets extended.
They better.
After I saw that clip with the Kelsey thing, but once Dean got hurt, I think it became like it's too dramatic to lose two of those guys. You can't lose both those guys for next year. I saw somebody ask how long I've been out here. I've been out here 17 years. I've been married for 17 years. I've been out here 17 years, and that's not half my life. I'm 49 years old, so yeah, 17 years. Damn it, Jesus crazy,
Jesus Christ.
so friggin' old. But I mean, I know you said you had to get out of here by
No,
by
I'm all right.
9.
I'm good.
Button.
I'm good for no. Dude, I'm good for. It's fine. I'm good.
Yeah, I mean, we it's cool. It's cool. Is there anything else you wanted to say?
Yeah, I mean, look, we'll see how the weather goes on Sunday, but the Eagles aren't given any type of chance to win this game. I think this is the perfect setting, being at home, and I think Hurts is gonna hurt the narrative that everyone's talking about him and how he's perceived gonna be in the playoffs. And I think they're gonna do a lot. I mean, we're not gonna be surprised. We know what they're gonna do. I think a lot of people are gonna eat their own words on Sunday.
Yeah.
And we're fucking ready to do it. So
yeah,
I'm ready.
Bryce, what's going on, buddy? Nick, thank you for Super Chat. Goes, Trot will make a huge play, then do the axe. I hope so. It'd be cool if he did the axe and his hand like hits the snow in it. It all puffs up.
I mean, realistically, it's like, he's being thrown to the fire now. So I don't, we've seen him come in, when the offense has some good leads of these games, he's flashed, but I'm hoping to God, man, that he does really well. I really do. Like, I don't want, if he does well, I don't want the Eagles to think that they don't have to re-sign Zach Bond after this year or something like that. I think the linebacker, if you re-sign Bond, I think the linebacker position is really perfect, because obviously you lost Ben Van Simmer. I think is a really good linebacker, and I liked how they've been using him at fullback, and I think they're set up for good things in the future, man. But it's just time to shine.
King David Super Chat goes, random thought, where the hell is Bradbury? Boy, I keep forgetting he's even on the team.
I don't know what happened, dude. Like,
I don't even remember he's on the team.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah. Scotty the Man, David Super Chat, Verse Vet mentor definitely smacked him yesterday. Verse Vet mentors definitely smacked him yesterday. Probably. I mean, why agitate the Eagles fans? I mean, that's like the worst thing that you can do,
Yeah.
It's not what they want to do. There's no question about it. Let me see here. On the flip side, Henry's a Florida kid, Alabama, and playing Tennessee. Snow will slow him down. He's played in snow games yet. He's played in snow games before, I'm pretty sure. But, he's out there all year with both. He's acclimated, I would assume, to that weather to a certain degree. Sometimes it takes a few years, but I think he's probably good enough. He's played in cold weather. I think Tennessee gets kind of cold at times. So it's not like he hasn't. But he is a Florida kid. I saw him live in high school, actually, to be honest with you, play, which was insane. Nick, thank you for Super Chat. He goes, Bradbury's getting Howie coffee. Yeah, Brad. I mean, I forget Bradbury's even around. You know what I mean?
Got pushed out of his job.
Sean Davis, my man, how you doing? Hope you're feeling well. Did you see Jalen's stats in the playoffs? His wins versus losses. I haven't seen any statistics specifically. He's 3-2 in the playoffs, I believe. I believe that's what he is. I think he's 3-2. So, right, he lost to Tampa twice. He lost to Tampa twice. He lost to Kansas City. So he's 3-3, right? He beat the Giants. He beat the Giants. He beat
San Fran.
Beat San Fran, and he beat the Packers. So he's 3-3.
Yeah.
He he's got more wins than Dak Prescott, though. I can tell you that. So we'll see. But man, Sean, thank you for Super Chat, my man. Jose, thank you for Super Chat. He goes, has Nolan Smith become our new Hassan? 3 sacks Sunday. You're going to have 3 sacks Sunday. He's getting better and better. He's becoming a player.
I eat my words this whole year.
Yeah. Sean says, when he don't pass the ball, we win. When he passes, we lose. I think that's my opinion. That's playoff football, though. Like to me, that goes. Oh, I think that statistic I would be willing to bet goes along with most quarterbacks that win in playoffs. When you have success running the football in playoffs, you tend to win. A lot of times when you have to throw more, you're down in the playoffs. You're losing. So I would be willing to bet that a lot of quarterbacks have that same statistic, and it's not exclusive of Hurts. Antoine, thank you for the super chat. He goes, Stafford knows playing at the link in the snow all too well. We remember what happened in 2013 snow game. Yeah, exactly. So it's gonna be interesting. It'll be an interesting game. But yeah, guys, we're gonna get out of here now. Just hope everybody has a great night. Joe, you'll be streaming Sunday the Eagles game, right? For sure.
Yeah, I'll be streaming.
And probably a video. I'll be streaming a doubleheader tomorrow. So if you guys want to come hang out, that'd be cool. Scotty the man, thank you for super chat. Goes, Huff like an Apple Watch, spent a lot of $2 not to use them, right? Nick, thank you for super chat. Goes, Nola really stepped up since BG got hurt. He did. Pat, thank you. And thank you for super chat. Fly Eagles Fly. Thank you for those super chat, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nolan Smith has. And we just need him to continue. That's for sure.
True.
Casey, thank you for the super chat. Yo, Philly, why is Texas boy talking? Shouldn't he be worried about the draft? Well, they got a tough game against the couch this week, don't they? That couch is rough and tough, man. You get lost in those pillows. Got to have a good running game to get off the couch, get them snacks. So yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, guys, I hope you guys have a great night. We're gonna get out of here and be back tomorrow for a doubleheader. So with that, peace out.
Peace.
You got plenty of time.
Come on.
Oh shit! Dad, no!
It's over. It's over. This game is over. Cut it off. It's over.
Fuck.
Congratulations, Green Bay. Congratulations, Green Bay. Congratulations, Green Bay.
I said run the ball.
Congratulations, Green Bay. Dak Prescott, you need to be fired today. That was on you, Dak. That was on you, Dak. That was on you, Dak.
I said run the ball.
That was on Dak Prescott. Trying to defend the CeeDee Lamb. Trying to defend the CeeDee Lamb. You tried to defend the CeeDee Lamb. You got to give it to CeeDee Lamb. God. It's over. It's over, Dak. Put Trey Lance in the game. Trey Lance can't do worse than you.
I'm an idiot because I buy into this shit. Because here's the thing. I am a grown-ass man. And I talk the talk. It is killing me.
I feel it coming. I feel like it's going to take Jerry Jones taking. Cut it off. It's over.